Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mothers would practically build themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Welcome to the Kit Hoarder Stash. Today I have an oldie but well, not really a goodie. It's taken a lot of bashing over the years, but having built it a few times many years ago, it builds into what it's supposed to be. So let's take a look at it. And like I said, it's an oldie but a goodie. AMT Ertyl, the B-52G Stratofortress from the Wings Aviation Collection. And I can't remember what the copyright is on this thing. This is kit number 8633. 1994. So this will take you way back. Decals for aircrafts of the 5th Bomb Wing, Travis Air Force Base in the early 60s. Yay. The Spirit of Mount Rushmore at the 28th Bomb Wing, Ellsworth Air Force Base, South Dakota. Winner of the 1972 RAF bombing competition. And the coveted Blue Steel trophy. So yeah, it's got some neat decals. Some Hound Dog missiles. Yay, nothing but a Hound Dog. So yeah, we're going to open this thing up. For those of you who have this in your stash, you're lucky. Because these things are going for a kind of a premium price these days. I think this was what, 30 bucks new at the very most. I remember that's what we were selling them for back in the early 2000s. But here's the side of the box. And now somebody else has got a 72nd scale one out that they've retooled and is supposedly a lot nicer and more accurate and 3 times the price, whatever, you know. All of them need some correcting. So this tells you a little history of it. Building the flight deck, the interior, which you won't see any of it. Your engine pylons, your engines, which are the J57s. Yeah, good old G model. The Hound Dog missile. And then putting the fuselage halves together. So the fuselage comes in 4 pieces. And putting it together. The tail planes on, your tail gun. Putting the wings on, which on this kit is, oh boy. Putting your engines on, the pylons on, drop tank. Deciding whether you're going to do it in flying mode or whether you're going to put the landing gear on it. And that's basically it. Actually, good instructions. Simple to go through. Here's your painting directions. Now this is an earlier version of the G. Before they put all of the really cool, what I call the really cool upgrades on it. So this is an earlier version, but you got a couple of different paint schemes you can do here. Notice it's got the, white bottom. And here you got the 3-tone. Here's another one with the 3-tone. And then here's one with the white and silver. Your Hound Dog missiles. So you've got some options on decals here. If you're looking to build the more modern B-52, this isn't the great kit for that. But if you're looking for that kind of a gap, the 1970s, so to speak, this is a good kit. Built it a few times actually. And here's your decals. Now get this. This one is still in the plastic. Even though the box wasn't in shrink wrap, this is still in the plastic. So let's go ahead and open it up, because I know I'm not going to resell this. And even if I do, it won't matter that it's in these bags or not. I'll just put it back in to protect them. So here's your pylons, tail planes, the little vortex generators you can see there on the tail planes. And I actually got this kit from a friend of mine who has a huge stash, the world's greatest, most interesting modeler, Rob Humphrey, part of his collection. And here's the engines, which, according to a lot of folks, need correcting and updating and all that kind of stuff. I can tell you that this builds a B-52. So, your wing tanks, wheels, ejection seats. And here's your ain't nothing but a hound dog missile. I think it was Italieri picked up the molds. I don't know about the G, but definitely for the H, and reissued it at a very high price, somewhere around $100, between 70 and 100. Yeah, this is the old original. I don't know what that is. Oh. Anyway, here's your Bombay wheel well, your outrigger landing gear doors, some of the interior that we won't be using, your wing spar, your flight deck, antenna blades, and you have your tail gun right here. The wing pylon is for the engines. I can tell you they don't fit great. It's kind of like an AMT car kit. We'll just put it at that. If you've built an AMT car kit, you know what I mean. It builds a model of the car, but it ain't great. Right, here's our other Hound Dog missile. And more wheels, tires, landing gear, and engines. What's kind of fun, I've done some swapping with the old monogram B-52D. And I actually took these engines and put on a D and a few other things that it needed to make a very early G model, which was kind of fun. So here's the fuselage halves. I'm not going to take it out of the rubber band here, but you get the idea. A little bit of flash that needs to be cleaned up. I can tell you that gluing this, you got to take your time. You're going to have some gaps to fill. This one doesn't look warped, which is really good. I've had some that were warped, and when you glue them together, the nose has a huge gap. This one looks to be okay. There's, well, the clear piece on this is broken in half. Yay! We can rebuild it. We can, I'm not worried about it. It'll be fine. Here's your rear fuselage part with these, interesting, with the strengtheners there, and one of your antennas there. your flare and chaff dispensers. And then the wings. The lower. Let's just get this out of here, and then we'll talk. Bing, there we go. Okay. So your upper wing parts and your lower wing parts. You can see some of the detail on the inside of the wing. And your vortex generators there, they're there. They don't look great, but they're there. So these wings do not appear to be warped, which is good. They appear to be nice and straight. So I lucked out because I've gotten some of these before that have been warped. Oh boy, it just makes it more difficult. Again, it's an AMT kit, AMT Ertyl. So the fit is like you'd expect from an AMT car kit. Let's just put it that way. But it does build a pretty decent rendition of a B-52. Some of the shapes aren't quite perfect and all of that. If that matters to you, there's a lot of resin conversion kits out there that you can get. I actually helped provide some pictures for Buff something or other. Anyway, they're out of business now, but they did some B-52 conversion sets, and they're actually really good quality, but they're kind of hard to find. Buff Designs or something like that. Anyway, all right, folks. Well, thanks for joining us this week, and we will see you next week on The Stash.